Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to break down the second episode of Solo Leveling. The episode begins with paralyzed in fear. Jinwoo comrades ask each other what to do upon witnessing the traumatizing death of already two of their members before Chiyul warns them not to move and not make the statue launch another attack. Jinwoo tries to talk to Jihi, who is too traumatized to move by what she just saw. Chiyul asks Jinbo how he saw the attack of statue coming, who is turn replies that the was by instant before shockingly noticing that Chiyul lost an arm due to the attack by the statue. Jinbo helps him stop bleeding and Jiwo asks that he estimates that statue to be a rank of not S rank due to its ability to in skill comparing to his past experience as a hunter. Chivul then remarks that the commandments aren't there for fun and being listened them first. The sword worship God, second, the sword praise God, third, the sword prove the faith. Those who do not follow these laws will not be live alive. Jinwu then realizes God refers to giant statue, then narrator then refers back to the beginning of the gate and the hunters who raid them, stating that they are some of the strongest in mind and body to the danger they face everyone in the dungeon. At the same time in school, Jinwoo's sister Sung Jena in the class when her friend Han Song narrowly avoids being late and asks about Jinwoo's roles as a hunter. Jena mostly describes him as merely an E rank, often prone to injuries. Quietly, Song Ye remarks that she would manage to make an E rank look good if she become one. Back in the dungeon, Chivul and Jinwoo decalibrate over how to tackle the three trial presented by the statue of God. Frustrated by their predicament, another hunter, Ju She, who have recently secured a contact with a prominent guide and believe he had too much to live for die in the dungeon, attempt to run to the door, claiming speed as he spectacly. However, he is instantly disaggregated by the beam of light from the giant statue with only his 2 feet remaining. Describe the estimating fear achievable and Genwo try and maintain their compose over the screaming. Genbu describes to test the statue upon being reminded that the first commandment is to worship God. He stands up before backing down nervously, causing the statue eye to flick to him, began to glow and stop. Seeing that his thoughts were correct, he yelled at the other survivors to kneel to the statue and explains that the statue will not increase those who are at the above and certain height. Once everyone bowed, the giant statue soon shifted to a sincere grin, seeing that the statue has changed but it isn't moving. Peak Bomb Shink stand up and is glad to see the statue remain motionless, believing it is over. The rest of the party stand up but is shocked to see the statue is doing the same as it now began to walk toward them. Thinking of second commandment, praise the God, one of the member statue he is student of anthology and he has a few exclamation for gods. He then begins speaking to the incoming statue. With the prayers, he knows the hunter is soon crushed by the feet of statue as the statue smile, proving that those prayers wasn't right for the god. Paralyzed in fear, another member of the party is too traumatized, leaving her as another victim for the statue. As they all run, Park Beam Shank think of his wife and son as he runs up the statue holding a sword, exclaiming that he thinks to the safest place in the wall. Kim Shing tries to warn him that the statue behind him is about to attack, but he is too late to react as a beam shank is brutally chopped half of the by statue. Jenwu soon figure out the meaning of praise relates to hymns. However, the music had come from the statue, so he ordered two survivors to run to the statue holding instruments instead of weapons. Chevol confirms his suspicions as he gets to the statue holding a trumpet and it began playing. Sing Shank also get to one of the relates and break down in tear a bit in front of the statue with the violin as it starts to play. Jinwoo drags Juhi to the statue of Dreamer and quickly realizes that the statue will not be activated if two people are standing nearby, so he leaves Juhi to the statue and look for another statue holding the instrument. However, Juhi low speed leads him to the nearly crushed by the god statue feet and accidentally roll to the statue that holding shield. The statue uses that weapon by dropping on him. Juhi then see climbing to the statue and appear to singing right beside him and manage to activate it to sing, causing the god statue to stop pushing them and get back on the throne and relevant back its original expressions. As Juhi reunites with Jinwoo, she realizes he lost a leg and quickly resorts to healing him despite her lack of mana. After the rest of them catch up, Shang reminds Cheyul that he holds responsibility for the life of their dead comrade. Then there is a rumbling in the chamber and they all turn to see that the giant statue made of stone cylinder appears at the center of the place. Jemu explained that it is an altar which in ancient time it was used for sacrifice. Sengshik then remarks that Chiul should use this time and take responsibility for the fallen. Jinwoo also thinks that during this time that it was a group decided, so no blame should fall on one person, which he easily agrees to do and walks to the center, activating a flame. This is puzzling for a moment before Jinwoo asks two of them, Survivor, to help them vault to the altar, activating three more flames in the circle. Back to Jinnah, she is now seen visiting her unconscious mother and informing her about her result at school. Back to the dungeon, Jinwoo asks everyone to meet on the altar. The survivors are shocked to see a circle of blue flame arising around them. Originally, six flames at the dungeon door open. Once Shang Tsung and Juhi enter the circle, at the point all statues begin moving toward and still frightened group. Juhi explained and figuring out that one of them was looking at the statue it couldn't move, remarking it was like a game they had played as kid. He also figured out that the blue flames are a timer he started once everyone had entered. After seeing two go out and relay this information to the group, despite Gino instructions for them and not leave the circle and to keep their eyes open. Seeing that open door is trapped, the two members were helping Gino stand left in fear. He then shouts that no one can else leave because it would leave a blind spot that leaves Shang to question if they did make it and what if the door shut anyway. He then remarks that he is sorry and breaks into tears, stating he has a family waiting for him now with only Juhi, Chayul and Jinwoo left. Chayul attempts to stay behind but Juhi collapses and while she is in shock, stating that her legs aren't moving and find out that she used too much of her magic. Jinwoo tells Chayul to take Juhi out because he can't walk and hands the incense stone to he got to earlier. Juhi tell her to buy food and if he previously promised to take her out to eat, causing Juhi to ask him in tears how can he still be joking before getting neck-choked by Chiyul. Chiyul then apologized that he wouldn't allow them more time for goodbye, but sadly he was out. He then picked up Junhee as Chiyul leave while carrying Juhi unconscious. Jinwoo grabs the sword that Sung left behind and speaking in his thought about his unfortunate desire to become stronger like other. One of the statue now close enough launch his weapon at Jinwoo but misses. Jinwoo is soon manipulated by the statue as he is in scream echo in the dungeon. Jinwoo leans against the altar and attempts to scream something but is stabbed by the statue appear before getting lifted in the air and by thrown on the altar. Surrounded by his own blood that spread over the altar, he sees in silent horror as one of the statues raises its sword and lands it on Jinwoo. A blue flame goes out and an inference appears in Jinwoo's mind, asking him to either accept or decline to become a player, stating his heart would stop in 0.02 seconds if he declined, with Jinwoo accepting. And there the episodes end. Hope you like it. See you in the next video.